Now, the rest of the story.
Looking in the sun isn't exactly the best way to do this, but Relina and I are down here collecting the skid steer after hauling hay all day, and this is part of what we got made off of the valley. The exact number I honestly don't know because I didn't write anything down. I think we're sitting at like 400 bales, and what turned into a simple let's go get the bobcat turned into a learning experience and a core memory creator for running up and down the round bales with Dad, which is fine. That's what we're here for, to raise farm kids. Isn't that right, Relina? All this stuff is weathered just on the outside, like fingernail deep, and it's like a nice deep green underneath. You probably want to see this side, and you can see, maybe you can, it is some really nice second cut. First cut, what did I say this was? But it definitely kept its color. Wrapping it 4 times isn't fun because it goes through the dollar signs and net wrap, but it keeps these bales really tight. They are fairly heavy. What are we averaging? 1400 pounds, and they're bricks. Like there's no settle to them. They're solid. Second crop down here is looking awfully lackluster. We got about 3 weeks before we just go ahead and pull the pin on cutting it again. We'll just get what we can make, and I mean, realistically, I really don't see me coming up and cutting this section of the farm, so me wanting to come down and cut 100% of it probably isn't going to happen. If this is all, well, the tufts of grass is actually canary, and the other field I'm trying to get the canary established because it's kind of like the alfalfa of grass. Alfalfa, it still tons up, like it'll grow in a drought essentially, because alfalfa roots will dig down until they find water. The canary grass, a lot of people say it's associated with like low-lying swamp ground because it likes wet feet. Well, it also does fairly well in drier conditions, or, well, parts of the field that don't have the best soil on them, because part of this is that red gumbo. And what are you doing? You're gonna need a shower tonight. She's all sweat. Yeah, the yield this year was great. Anything I can get made from this point forward, I'm planning on designated as purely cow feed, largely just because it might not be super heavy, but it'll be second cut, and second cut grass is not stemmy or stalky, depending on how you want to say it. And the cattle really like chewing on it, and my cows have definitely perked up from, well, what they were eating, which is a lot of first cut and some of the throwaway bales. You made that by yourself? Yeah. This way? So no, it's been a very busy, I don't think you're gonna make that one. This way? Whoa! So basically, if you fall, you're taking Dad with you. Basically, a lot of our hay is done. It was made late enough where by the time you get around to making it again where it was worthwhile, where it would be worthwhile to cut, we're getting awfully close to our frost date, where if you cut it off and then it gets frosted right away, you run the risk of winter damage to the alfalfa, and it affects your stand for next year. And if you can keep alfalfa growing without thinning out for as long as possible, that's what you really want to do. And I didn't do any extra fertilizer down here, largely just because nobody really wants feed. As far as grass, not even just grass hay, but hay in general in this area is abundant. And if all I'm really looking to make off of my second cutting is enough to whatever I get is just gonna go to the cows. Somebody fell. So that's how you raise little farmers. She slid off the side, which I showed her how to slide down the side of the bale, but that's what I want to see. Somebody can fall down, laugh about it, and jump right back up. There, reach for my hand. Ready?
No.
How about this way? Over here. Try this. Come on. And up.
No, it's too heavy.
It's too heavy. You're talking about yourself there, sweetheart. Ready?
My shirt.
It's your shirt? Yeah, you are in your school clothes. Mom will not appreciate me.
Ouch.
Bet that hurt.
Ah!
Ah! You're welcome. Somebody ready for nap time?
It's too hot out there. We had to go home and get to our house.
You ready to go?
Yeah. Let's
Oh.
lie down.
Parenting 101. Find something that they'll amuse themselves with and let them tire themselves out. You're cute though. All right. More or less, I want to give you guys a little bit of a farm update.
We need to get down.
Got a little bit of hay we're going to make yet, and I'm planning on getting the combine pulled out because a lot of our crops are changing. Our corn's a ways off yet, but soybeans, it's really surprising how fast they've turned. So harvest can take its time to get here. I'm not in a big rush.
We need to go home. We need to slide down.
You want to slide down so we can go home? All right, the boss has spoken. I'll talk to you guys later.